Hey, what's up, y'all? So today we're going to be talking about this very offensive and politically incorrect video that Blaire White made. Let's have a look.
Can I just be real? I consider trans women to be a category of men, not a category of women. That is my opinion as a trans woman myself. So don't you dare tell me I can't have my opinion. Lord knows if I sat up here talking about I'm a demi girl that is poly and I also identify as a bookcase, everyone will be saying, oh my God, that's valid. But God forbid I say, you know what, I'm not really the same thing as a woman. And it's like, you can't say that. Okay.
Yeah, so interesting. Hang on,
But God forbid
I want to pause the video with Blaire White on the screen because I think she's pretty fucking hot. Yeah. So what are my thoughts on this? It's very offensive and politically incorrect, right? Well, let me just start off by telling you what my thoughts about like transgenderism is. All right, my thoughts on it are that did I use incorrect grammar before? Maybe I did. Whatever. Shut up. Don't be a grammar Nazi, bro. Look, the bottom line is, I think that like transgenderism should be considered like a brain intersex medical condition, right? It's where someone has a brain chemistry that's like a different gender than the rest of their anatomy. And yeah, they have done like brain scans and autopsies and shit, and they found out that yeah, trans people actually do have a brain chemistry that is a different gender than the rest of their anatomy, you know? So I think it should be considered an intersex condition, right? Like I think that transgenderism should be considered like a subcategory of intersex. I think that transgenderism itself should be considered an intersex medical condition. It should fall under that same um, umbrella term of intersex. That's why I think that's the way I view it. I think it should be viewed in that way. That's the way I would consider it. Blaire White says, well, she didn't say that, right? She said, oh, it's a category of men. Well, all right, let's talk about biology, ma'am. Um, Biologically speaking, like transgender women, yeah, well, yeah, their brain chemistry is female, and the rest of their anatomy is male. So it's like I think they're a category of intersex, right? Like I don't think they're like why do you think they're a category of men when they're not completely biologically male? Like I think they should be considered a category of intersex, right? Like what did I say that was illogical? Like what the fuck? What the fuck? So yeah, what the fuck, Blaire? What the fuck, man? Hey, don't get hey, you're not gonna be one of these feminazis who says, "Oh, don't call me man." Look, first of all, I say the word "man" like that in a gender neutral way. Just kind of like stoner lingo, if you know what I mean. Man, bro. But either way, you said that you consider yourself to be a category of man, so you shouldn't get offended, bro, motherfucker. Yeah, I do think you're pretty hot though. I think you're like really fucking hot. I like your tits. All right, you got really nice tits. And look, clearly you want me to look at your tits and compliment you on your tits because you're revealing like a third of your fucking breast with this shirt. And I'm not knocking you for it. I'm not insulting you. I'm just pointing that out as a fact and to back up my point that you probably do want people in general to look at your tits and give you compliments. All right, am I allowed to compliment you on your tits, ma'am? Oh, you're not one of these fucking feminazis who's like, oh my god, stop objectifying me, stop objectifying my tits, which I purposely reveal a third of with this low cut shirt. And look, I like your shirt. I love your shirt. I think it makes your tits look great. All right, I think you're pretty fucking hot. All right, I do think you're pretty hot. But like, I think you're just wrong about this whole like trans women are a category of man. Like, well, no, I mean, it should be they should be considered a category of intersex, in my opinion, at least. I mean, has nobody ever given you that rebuttal yet? I'm just curious. Okay, that's the thing, man. Typically, when I guess trans rights activists rebut, possibly transphobic statements, they'll yeah, this is possibly considered to be a transphobic statement. Wonder why anybody would think that. But but the thing is, typically when I guess trans rights activists rebut potentially transphobic statements, they don't really tend to go too deep into the science and biology of transgenderism, right? I mean, they typically just say, "Oh, you're transphobic, you're a bigot," and it's like, well, yeah, that might technically be true, I mean, I just think I just think that people should like just go straight to the biology, right? Because they typically say, because like trans folks typically say, "Oh, biology, man, biology, only two genders." It's like, well, no. If you look at biology, there's this thing called intersex, a plethora of different intersex conditions where people can be not completely male or female, all right, a non-binary biological gender. So yeah, there are non-binary biological genders, all right, and there is a male and female type of brain chemistry, and some people have a male brain chemistry in a female body, or vice versa, and that should be considered a category of intersex, in my opinion, right? And oh, by the way, there's also non-binary brain chemistries. Yes, you can have a brain that is not completely male or female, right? Yes, you can have a non-binary brain chemistry too. Did you know that? That's the way that we need to rebut these transphobic pricks. All right. I mean, it's not enough to just say that, oh, you're a bigot. I mean, it's like, yeah, I mean, they usually technically are a bigot, you know, but like, um, but the point is, even if they are legitimately a bigot, like you just need to have like a good, just like a really solid rebuttal. You know, you should talk about the biology. So you should point out how they're wrong about biology. Yes, they're wrong about biology. Anybody who says there's only two genders is 100% wrong about biology, right? Just bring up intersex, case closed, right? Yeah, and she probably would say, "Oh, it's not transphobic because I'm trans myself." Okay, well, what if a black person? No, dude. Okay, were there not women, you know, who were misogynistic back in like the 1900s? Yes, there were lots of women who told people supporting women's rights to vote and shit. They're like, hey, women, us women should not have a right to vote, all right? And I'm a woman. Don't say I'm a misogynist. Yeah, I mean, like, so no, okay, like you can also you can be trans while also being transphobic, all right? Okay, do you acknowledge that you could be a woman and also be misogynistic as well, a Bible thumping Jeebus freak? Yes, you could, okay, and there's lots of evidence for that, clearly, right? Right? You know, can you not be a man and also be some self-loathing beta simp misandrist, you know, who enables toxic women and gives them a bunch of dumb excuses that make no logical sense, but then, you know, but then rebuke and shit on men all the time, even when it's not warranted? Okay, are there beta simp feminazi men like that who are misandric? Yes, Blaire White. I'm sure you would probably agree with me on that. I'm sure. In fact, it seems to me like you probably did point out that trend and talk about how there's a lot of dumb men who are these like self-loathing feminazi beta simps. All right. Um. So what the fuck? All right. What the fuck? Okay. So yeah, it is possible for you to be, you know, or to say a transphobic statement at least. Now you may not have intended for this to be a transphobic statement, but whatever, man. I mean, the point is like I don't think that trans women is a category of man. I think it's a category of intersex. Okay. I think it's like, you know, yeah, like someone who's not completely biologically male or female, right? Yeah. And by the way, like basically nobody who supports, you know, transgender rights is going to seriously make the claim that, you know, that trans women are completely biologically identical to cis women. Yeah, basically nobody who does in fact support trans rights will seriously make that claim. In fact, the word cis and trans carries that implication. Yeah, the word cisgender means your brain does in fact align with the rest of your biology, and transgender means that your brain chemistry is a different gender than the rest of your fucking anatomy. You know, like and the implication with the word transgender is that they are not biologically identical to, you know, the gender they identify as. You know, like that is the implication. Like, do you not realize that, ma'am? Ma'am, do you not realize that? So yeah, Blaire White, I do think you're really fucking hot. I like your tits and I like your face. You know, I think you're about a 10 out of 10 attractiveness physically. You know. By the way, I'm not one of these dudes who like complains about women being hypergamous, but then ranks women on a scale 1 to 10 and always tries to date the most attractive woman. No, man, like I actually, you know, am open to dating people who are, you know, less attractive than me. You know, and you're probably wondering, oh, how attractive am I? Well, I'm certainly biased, but yeah, I don't know, maybe give myself about a 8 or 9 out of 10. I guess roughly around that range, you know. But yeah, I've dated people who, in my opinion, were actually less attractive than me. But here's the thing, man. It's like as long as someone is at least generally your type, appearance wise, if you guys really hit it off from an interpersonal level, you're gonna feel very attracted to them, regardless, right? Even if you thought they were just okay looking to begin with, if you really hit it off, you're gonna find them very physically attractive. So that's why I personally don't think that looks is like that super duper huge of a deal breaker. I mean, like, yeah, it's cool if you have good looks, but like I don't think that should be like seen as this like extreme, amazing, great thing. That and people who are less attractive should suffer and be seen as less worthwhile. I don't think that. But then again, there's a lot of men like most of the men, especially in these manosphere circles, who I clearly keep pissing off. I mean, I've made multiple videos criticizing toxic trends within the manosphere, and some of these dudes get kind of butthurt. but but yeah, they'll excuse me, they'll like complain about women being hypergamous, but then they will rank women on a scale 1 to 10, and then try to date the most attractive girl, and it's like what the fuck? It's like all these fucking stupid like kids movies, these Disney Channel TV shows. It was always like a less attractive guy trying to go after this super hot girl. But it's like always that dynamic. It's like okay, it's bad if a woman allegedly wants to date a guy who she finds attractive, but a guy, oh, it's totally cool if he wants to date the hottest girl and he sees her as more valuable just because of her looks. Oh, that's no big deal. It's only bad when women do it. Yeah, most of these dudes are total fucking hypocrites. But yeah, I actually do follow through with my philosophy of, you know, looks. They matter to some degree, but like as long as someone's at least generally your type, I think you should be open to at least consider dating them, because you'll if you guys hit it off at an interpersonal level, you're gonna feel very attracted to them no matter what, even if you thought that they were okay, just okay looking beforehand. So it's really not that. I don't think that good looks are that huge of a deal. You know what I mean? And I do follow through with that in my own personal life, by the way. Okay, I actually do, believe it or not. So there, I think you're really smoking hot, but I just think you're wrong on this one specific issue. All right, you're wrong. Okay, you're wrong. I'm right and you're wrong. Yes, that's what I'm going to do, ma'am. I'm going to say, I'm right, you're wrong. All right, I'm right, you're wrong. All right, but I do like your tits. All right, and like I just think you're really fucking hot in general. All right, they do think you're hot though. And you clearly want me to look at your tits. All right, you got really nice tits. All right, you got really nice tits. Like your tits. All right, I like your tits. I really like your tits. And hey, you're not. Please don't tell me you're gonna be this offended feminazi. Don't be an offended feminazi, ma'am. Okay, please don't be. Please don't be one of this sort of like idiot woman who will like wear really revealing clothing and they will reveal a huge amount of their boobs that they chose to get silicone implants in. By the way, yeah, Blaire White, she got breast implants. And she also got facial plastic surgery too and Botox injections. Now, fortunately, in my opinion, I think they did a good job in my opinion. So she got lucky, but I don't know, man. I generally would advise people against getting plastic surgeries because it is pretty risky in my opinion. But it's just my opinion, just my opinion. Blaire White got lucky in my opinion, and I think she was pretty fucking hot. I think she was really fucking hot, but she's just saying some stupid bullshit in my opinion. Okay, like, like what the fuck? It's not a category of man. It's a category of intersex, right? Like what the fuck? Oh my god, you're wrong. So yeah, in closing, Blaire White, you're hot, but you're wrong. All right. Is that those are my thoughts on Blaire White. My opinion on Blaire White is, I think she's really fucking smoking hot. I like her tits, I like her face, but she is wrong on this particular issue. All right. Anyways, that's about it for today. Bye.